really hard up and down the lineup. Made a lot of mistakes, but mistakes are good. Mistakes are good because now you have something that you can work on. You can go back and you can watch the film, and then you can move forward and really improve and get better. And to me, then, if you're making mistakes too, I mean, you're worried about the outcome, but I mean, you're giving yourself the best opportunity. So, we got a lot of information that we'll be able to have moving forward. Thought our guys responded well. We end up with a lot of odd numbers. Odd numbers are good because that means you win your last match. So thought it was a good weekend. Not a great weekend, but it'd take a whole lot for me to say something was a great weekend. I'll kind of go up and down the lineup. 25 Schwarm, couple pins, scoring bonus points. Big thing is you got to be able to win, tight, close matches. Got to be able to get to leg attacks and continue improving. He knows that the great thing about Schwarm is he always responds. He always responds and gets better. He learns from adversity. He learns from losses, and I know that he'll only continue to improve moving forward. Looking forward to seeing him when he gets his opportunity again, because when he gets zeroed back in, he always makes a jump. So looking forward to that. Skidlarzik, first time out this year. Saw some good things. Just got to continue to build strength. Got to be able to get off bottom. That'll be a little bit of a theme in our team. And we've been spending a lot of time there, but boy, when you put yourself under the gun, you put yourself in a big situation. You put yourself in the semifinals of the Cliff Keen tournament when you're wrestling, guys that are All-Americans. And those are really, a lot of those matches were their quarterfinal, semifinal matches of nationals. It was a mini national tournament. So those are kind of the defining ones. Can we get off the bottom? And for the most part, we struggled a little bit. He struggled getting off the bottom, and that's a little bit of a power issue, but some technical things that he'll work on and improve, and look forward to getting him back out there. Elber, man, he always brings his work boots. From day one, since he's been part of our program, he always brings his work boots. He competes his tail off. Got to be able to get off the bottom too. Semifinal match, 2-1 going in the second, getting ridden out the whole second period. McKenna's tough on top. He's wrestling really, really well in that position. Got to be able to maybe get him over to the other side, be able to clear his hips a little bit. But, then all of a sudden it's a 2-2 match, but just it changes matches. So, you look at the end of the score of that match and you're like, well, that wasn't very close, but, really you get off the bottom, it's 2-2, and, all of a sudden you score, and, you're in the driver's seat of winning that match. So things can be turned around in a hurry. There was even one guy, he got tech fauled in the first time he wrestled the guy, and they wrestled the guy for third and fourth. Wasn't our team, but then he beat that guy, and he actually beat him, I don't want to say handily, but, man, he turned the match around. So you can turn things around like that. I mean, making small adjustments, sometimes just being in the right frame of mind, sometimes getting ready. But I guess what we want to have happen is the variance is very small. So it's not like that, well, maybe I beat the guy this time, then he beats me next time. We want it so it's coming up, whatever you want to say, heads. It's coming up our way every time. So that's why we got to continue to improve and get better. Elber in those positions, being able to get a leg attack. He's given himself opportunities, give himself a couple more, and then capitalize on those opportunities is really the big thing for him. Max, first time out. A lot of good things we've been working on. Again, got to get off bottom. A couple of matches that he lost, struggled to get off the bottom. And we're going to kind of hear it again and again and again. A little bit of a broken record, but we knew going in that bottom's going to be a huge position for all of our guys. We've been spending a lot of time there, and we'll just continue to spend more time. And sometimes, like I said, now you can go back and you can be like, watch this. This is what we've been talking about. But the great thing about Max is, even though it's first time out, like I told him, man, I believe in you. Doesn't matter if it's the toughest tournament in the country during the season. It's your first time out, man, you're ready. And that's how good you are. And you got to trust and believe in that. And he's only going to get better. No, not happy with how he finished, but even the match he losses, in the losses that he had, he's still, he's in on legs to win matches. So just got to be able to convert those. So you can go from being the seventh to winning a tournament real quick, just being able to convert. So he'll continue to work on that. Pat, Pat, just again continue to make mistakes, but that's how you learn. And I don't care. I have no problem with the guy making mistakes. Um, they learn from him. He's putting himself under the gun. He hits some really good attacks. Just got to continue to hit those attacks. And a little bit like anybody remembers Foster when he was a freshman. Some similarities there, just in how they're going, maybe how they're going about things. They'll score, but then all of a sudden maybe they'll have a little bit of a lapse. But he's putting himself out there. He's giving himself opportunities, and he's been getting himself a lot of matches. So that's how you learn and get better. And like I said, I don't really care if guys make mistakes. I prefer they make mistakes because then we can help them and they can help themselves. So even though 0-2 in the tournament, gave himself opportunities throughout all those matches. Just continue to give himself more and continue to learn and get better. Look forward to seeing him out competing again this weekend. 65, Bryce. Got to be able to get off bottom. It's getting to be a broken record, but the second period of that match in the semifinals, you're 0-0, and he's wrestling a really, really hard pace. As far as the pressure and persistence that he's putting on guys, the snaps, and giving himself some opportunities in on legs, like he's doing a great job. But you got to be able to solidify that and do that in every position. If it's bottom, top, on feet, in on a leg, underneath, whatever, you have to be able to do that every time. And lost that match and got tweaked a little bit in the match the night before, and sometimes it's not worth it. Sometimes you have to wrestle through things. Sometimes you don't. I know he could have if need be, but that's a call you have to make. So nothing significant, but significant enough to where, hey, you know what? Let's call it a wrap for this tournament, and we'll go out and fight the next day. So we'll see him back. We'll see him back really soon. Taylor came back and got third. It's always important to come back and get third. Lost a semifinal match. The guy's wrestled a few times. It's where awareness and feel, and you got to stay with a position. Was doing a good job on bottom, and then this guy from Missouri, he's really, really good on top. Really, really good on top. But the guy in the finals match was able to get away from him 3 times. I mean, so you start seeing things, okay, man, well, you can get away from a guy. We got the right idea, but you have to stick with it, and you got to stick with it again. You got to stick with it again. You got to be incredibly persistent in those situations, because you give that guy one chance where especially you get on your belly, now you don't get off your belly, and the next thing you know, the match is over. That's what happened there, but he responded, won his next match, and then didn't in place third. Always good. Foster, really, really, man, love how he's competing. And really, one position, to me, he's in the finals. Kid from Nebraska came out and took him down right away. Good for him. I'm not taking anything away from him. And then they got kind of into a scramble. He was almost escaped, and then tried to get a reversal, and the guy ended up on top, and then that kid's good on top. So I can't ever fault the guy for trying to get the reversal there, but get off the bottom there, and I think he took him down 4 times, maybe in the third period, 3 or 4 times, and had him running all over the place. And I'm not taking. I'll give credit to the other guy because he put himself in that position. You're up 6-7 points. You can give up 3 or 4 takedowns. So obviously have to have the gap closure. But what I like about Foster is how he responded the next 2 matches, and actually in the quarterfinals wrestled the Zavatsky from Virginia Tech, who was an All-American last year. Beat him and scored the last takedown. They ended up 9-6, and then he wrestled him again for third and fourth, and then he beat him worse. And man, you can beat really high-quality guys like that, and you can beat them multiple times in a tournament, and then you can turn around and you can beat them worse. That's a really good sign for where Drew Foster's at and how he's competing. Really, as far as if you want to probably point to a guy right now and man, that's how we want guys to compete, I'd say it's him. Just how he's continuing to attack. He's getting back on the horse, even if he falls off a little bit, because sometimes he has lapses, but those lapses are getting less. And he's continuing to score. He's finishing, putting exclamation points on matches. But he's doing the practice room too. That's really what's happening right now. And it's not like some magic thing that you can just wave, and when you go out and compete, all of a sudden it happens. It happens because of what you do consistently, you do daily. You do in the practice room time and time again, and he's doing it. But really, really, really happy with how he's competing. Cheatham lost first match and then responded well. Won 2 matches and then ended up getting beaten overtime the third match. But just, man, you're starting to see him starting to, hey, I'm pretty strong. I'm pretty good. I'm really just battling through things and positions and learning, getting better. Was proud of how he competed. And same thing with Carter. Carter had a really rough first match. And you're like, oh man, this could be a rough tournament for him. And then he was able to turn it around. He's able to get his composure and really make some adjustments and really just continue to stay where he was good and really fight through positions. And when he does that, then he gives himself an opportunity to win. And then won 3 matches and lost in overtime, winning a 4th match. But right there, and saw some things that you're like, okay, man, yeah, this is good. This is improvement. And not like anything changed from the first match to the second or third and fourth match. He made a decision in his mind. And that's how powerful that mind is, man, and making a choice and really just got to keep sticking with guys. And that's what we do. That's what we do as coaches. That's what we do with this program. We continue to stick with our guys. We believe in our guys. We'll continue to go back to work. Nothing changes. Just because that tournament, however we finished, we're gonna continue to go back to work and we're gonna continue to improve, and we're gonna cover a whole heck of a lot of ground between now and the end of this month and next month, and then when March comes, we're gonna be a battle-tested and ready team to do a whole lot of damage in nationals, and that's really the plan. So don't really wave, get wavy, man. Like I said, the steady, man, steady. Trust and believe in what's going on, and I trust and believe in our guys, and look forward to what I saw because, like I said, we got a lot of information that we can use now, and we can continue to improve and get better. And we had some other guys. We had 8 guys place at another tournament over in Wisconsin. From the reports I got, guys competed really hard, and so that's what I guess I'm most excited about. We had, 12, 22. We had about 20, 22 guys competing this weekend, and to a man, they all went out and competed incredibly hard. They all gave themselves a lot of opportunities. They all represented UNI to an incredibly high level. So that's good when you have that many guys doing the same things. When you have that many guys doing the same things, then you start covering a whole lot of ground, and then the whole program makes it jump. It's not just one guy. But we had 4 guys win that tournament. Briscaglia, Blockus, Cade, Lara, and Patton were co-champs. And then we had a few other guys place. Yant was second. Bennett and Nesmo were third, and Gable Fox was 4th. And all those guys will be in action this weekend at the UNI Open. Be a first time for people, I guess, to get their eyes on the UNI team at home. Be in the Unidome. Starts at 9:00. Looks like the Toys for Tots is that day. So, anybody that comes, even if you have a ticket, why not bring one? I know there's some people out there that don't get anything or don't have that opportunity to have maybe a Christmas or a present at Christmas. So you give them that opportunity. So we'd appreciate it. But 9:00 we'll be out here. We'll have some of our guys. Like I said, that's a rough tournament. Most of our guys wrestled 5, 6, 7 matches, and we'll have some of our guys. A lot of our young guys, all those guys that went to Wisconsin will be there, and then some of the guys that went to Vegas will be too. But we'll get ready for Cornell. Cornell is our meet 16th. We'll have a camp before the meet, to support Aiden Williams. Cancer Clinic, we've done that. I think the last 4 or 5 years. Bill Bales, guy who got that started for us. I don't know if anybody knows that he unfortunately passed away this summer. So we're going to keep that moving on, though. Keep that moving on for him and be able to support anybody that we can that's going through, man, the awful disease. But I know that B-Rob's got the flyer out there, so anybody that wants to bring a club, wants to bring a team, wants to bring just an individual to it, they can come to the clinic before, and then they'll be able to come to the Cornell duel. Cornell's going to have a good team. I know I'm getting ahead of myself a little bit, but also want to get that information out there because we want to have a packed house for that Cornell duel, and we want to have a packed house of kids that come and supporting not only our program but getting the West Gym when they're young, and then they want to be part of that program for years and years and years and years and years to come, and then also give back to an incredible cause. So I guess any questions. I know I rambled a little bit, but sometimes I want to talk about every guy because they all deserve to have some limelight.